All right, let's talk about how to write a compelling email. I've actually given you a couple of blog posts that had some good points. I think it will give you some good background information in reading. There's many places where you can go and you can learn how to write a compelling email. So I'm just going to give you some tips here. Number one is your subject. If your subject engages someone, they're going to open it up. If it doesn't, it becomes white noise in the inbox. The headline tool that we talked about a couple weeks ago is great for you writing your subjects as well. So you've got that as a resource. Other things that are important is that it's personalized, so it feels personal. In fact, one of the things that you can do to increase your click rates is put the name in the email. And so, Amy, check out my latest blog post, or that wouldn't be a good subject, but Amy, here's my 5 tips for avoiding holiday stress. You know, you can actually put my name into the subject. That's going to help increase your click-through rate. The other thing that is really important is making sure that your clear benefits are visible within the first little bit. I mean, you honestly have a short window in order to engage them and draw them in. So make sure that there's clear benefits, that the call to action is clear as well, that it's clear what you want them to do. What is their next step? What should they be doing next? Also, make sure it's relevant. I got an email one time from somebody that said, what do me, Beyonce, and marketing have in common? And I opened up the email because it was totally catchy. And it said nothing about that topic and very little about marketing. And I was so confused by it. That's what we call clickbait. That is on my avoid list. So we can all write a header that's going to get people to open it up. But if the header has nothing to do, there's no relevance with the actual content covered, then we actually get annoyed because all you did was you got us to click it and we're like, ugh, I can't believe I clicked that email. I can't believe I fell for that. So we want it to be relevant to the subject, but also relevant to the readers, that it's something that they care about, something that matters for them. So in terms of the how-to, the different sections, there's 2 different emails. One of them is really, really super simple. It's a 3-step process. And then the other one has more points to look at. So depending on what type of an email, like if I'm just wanting to write an email that's going to get someone to respond to me, and it's just super short and simple, I would use the 3-step one. If I'm looking at an email that I'm going to send out to my entire list that I'm looking for people to engage with, then I would look at the longer process. But in general, don't stress this out too much. Don't make it too, you guys, it's not a science, and that's something that you need to understand. You're going to have a little bit of trial and error. So don't not write your autoresponder emails because you're worried they won't be perfect. I promise you they won't be perfect. You're going to write them, and then you're going to start seeing your responses. For example, if you have an email that lots of people click, that was a great email. If you have an email that all of a sudden the numbers tank, there was something wrong with the subject or with the content itself, and now you know, okay, my people are not responding to this one. I need to mix it up. So we're not looking for a perfectly well-written campaign. We're looking for a completed campaign that we can put online that we can then tweak to see what's going to work the best. Okay, so that is your short little tips here on how to write effective emails. Things to avoid, let's cover that as well. Clickbait, which is where you get them to click something and then it's like irrelevant in the actual email itself. Another one is monologuing. This is one I'm so guilty of. In fact, in the beginning, all my emails were monologues, where it's just me telling my story and going on and on and on and telling you all the details. I've since learned and switched my email style that it's very short, it's very direct, and then if you want to know more about this conversation, join us for this webinar, or if you want to know more about this, click on this blog post. And so it's not the monologue. I can still monologue on my blog. I just don't do it in my emails. And another thing is length. So length really matters. People want to be, the way that they want to read your email is they want to read a short email. They want to be able to grasp it. So in the beginning, I had a long email, and then below the long email, I had little things that they could do. Here's what's coming up. We've got this, and we've got this, and we've got this. And my click-through rate was really, really bad because I had this long article for them to read. I still write an article once a week, But now I've upgraded to using that article, and then out of the article I pull out a little short, very direct conversation that I use for the email. Then here's the blog post if you want to click it. And then I still use it for all the things that we talked about a couple weeks ago for social media, where you can pull out, quotes and pull out information. So there you go. Have fun writing your autoresponders. I cannot wait to see them. Make sure that you are sharing with us. We'd be happy to give you feedback on that. Thanks so much, everyone.